Hello and welcome students. I am Preeti Gupta and today I am going to teach you the next topic of electrochemistry, that is known as conductance of electrolytic solution. So students, before starting this conductance of electrolytic solutions, we should know to some of the terms like what is electrolytic basically and what are the terms related with the conductance of electrolytic solutions. So I am going to discuss here in this video I am going to discuss the electrolytic cell first, second the terms related with the electrolytic cell. Now students, electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cells are those cells in which electrical energy is used to carry out non-spontaneous chemical reaction. Okay, so in this the electrical energy is get converted into the chemical energy. Electrolytic means the lytic means breakup. Okay, so here you can see in the diagram there is a one beaker in which I'll take a electrolyte. Basically electrolyte solution means solution in water. Okay, the two electrodes are placed into it. These electrodes are students basically made up of copper, silver and zinc, and these are known as active electrodes because they take participate in the chemical reaction. Okay, here you can see that these two electrodes are connected with the connected wire, all right, and a direct current is a source of, or you can say a battery is a source of external source, right, and the electron are flowing from the anode to the cathode. If we take a electrolyte in water, it means it is dissociate into its ion. Okay, they are converted into its ion. Some of them are the positive charge and some of them are the negatively charged. When we apply the DC source, what happens student? These electrolyte are get dissolved into its ion. Okay, so those are negatively charged, they are going at the positive electrode. Okay, here positive in the electrolytic cell, the anode, the positive electrode is known as anode. Okay, and the negative electrode is known as the cathode. You can see that if electrolyte, suppose NaCl is there, so when dissociate into its ion, the Cl minus ions are goes at this positive electron and the sodium ions are goes at the negative electrode. That means we can say that at anode oxidation occurs and at cathode reduction occurs. Okay, for the electrolytic cell we can write in a short form that is known as panic word. This is for only for the electrolytic cells only students. Panic, positive anode and negative is cathode. Okay, don't forget this word, positive anode and negative is cathode. In an electrolytic cell, cations, those are positively charged ions, are attracted towards the negative electrode, that is cathode, and discharged by accepting electrons from the cathode. Hence, reduction occurs at cathode and at anode oxidation occurs. Students, this electrochemical cell is used for the decomposition of water into hydrogen and oxygen. They are used for the electroplating. Okay, they are used to extract metal from its ore. So these are the importance of electrolytic cell. Now I am going to discuss the terms which are related with the conductance of electrolytic solution. Now I'm going to discuss here one term that is known as resistance. Basically students, it is the hindrance provided by a conductor in the passage of current. Every substance offers resistance to the flow of electricity to a small or large extent. Okay, so the resistance, the electrical resistance is represented by the symbol R and it is measured in ohm. Okay, so which in terms of SI base units, it is equal to kilogram meter square divided by Siemens cube. Here S means Simon cube and A for the ampere square, which is equal to 1 ohm. So the SI unit is 1 ohm. The value is kilogram meter square divided by Siemens cube A squared, which is equal to 1 ohm. Now students, just be very cautious that we are talking about here the electrodes. When we are talking about the length, then we are talking about the length of the electrodes. Okay, and when we are talking about the cross section of area, that means we are talking about the cross section area of the electrodes. So it can be measured with the help of a Wheatstone bridge. The electrical resistance of any object is directly proportional to its length. which is known as L. Here we are talking about the length between the electrodes and inversely proportional to its cross section area. That means we are talking about the cross section area of the electrode. So we can write in the mathematical form that resistance is directly proportional to L. Alright, this is equation number 1, and resistance is inversely proportional to cross section area. Okay, this is equation number 2. When we combine these two equations, we get a new formula, that is R is proportional to L by A. When we skip this proportionality sign, there must be a constant over here. So R is equals to rho L upon A. Okay, this proportionality is known as resistivity, and according to IUPAC, this resistivity is known as specific resistance, students. Okay, its SI unit are ohm meter. How do we calculate the SI unit? Okay, I'm going to tell you how to calculate these units. Okay, this may be convert as this, as its SI unit are ohm meter. We can write in this form ohm meter. Okay, physically the resistivity for a substance is its resistance when it is 1 meter long. We put the value of R is equals to 1 meter, L is equals to 1 meter, and its area of cross section is 1 meter square. When we put the value of L is equals to 1 and A is equals to 1 m square, then it can be seen that 1 ohm meter is equals to 100 ohm centimeter, or 1 ohm centimeter is equals to 0.01 ohm meter. Okay, so students, how will you find out the SI unit of resistivity is ohm into meter? Here you can see the formula, students. This is formula R is equals to rho L upon A. Okay, we know how to find out the unit. So to find out the unit, what we have to do, that we have to find the unit of resistivity. Now what we have to do, this A is multiplied with R, so the value becomes rho is equals to RA upon L. So the value of rho is equals to RA upon L. Okay, RA upon L. What is R? Resistance. So resistance is ohm. Okay, and what is A? Area is the cross section area of the electrode. So its unit is centimeter square. You can write meter square also. So divided by, what is the length? It is in the centimeter. So 1 centimeter is going to be cancelled out from the numerator. Okay, and what we have, ohm into centimeter, or we can write ohm into meter. Okay, so this is how we can find the unit of resistivity. Second term is known as conductance, which is denoted by capital G. Basically, the conductance is the ease with which current flows through a conductor. Okay, the inverse of resistance is called conductance. We have written in the mathematical form that G is equals to 1 upon R, and at the place of R we can write this value, that A upon rho L. Okay, now this 1 upon rho is known as K, which is known as kappa. Okay, so the SI unit of conductance is Siemens. It is denoted by symbol S and is equal to ohm inverse or Mahu. Okay, the inverse of resistivity called conductivity. Resistivity is rho. So 1 upon rho is equals to kappa, K. That is known as conductivity, or in the IUPAC we can say that is known as specific conductance. Okay, so the SI units of conductivity are Siemens per meter. But quite often kappa is expressed in Siemens centimeter inverse. Conductivity of material in Siemens meter inverse, it is conductance when it is in 1 meter long and its area of cross section is 1 meter square. When we put the value of A, that is 1 meter square, and L, that is known as what? 1. Then what we get? That G is equals to 1 upon rho. Okay, what is 1 upon rho? That is kappa. So we can write that G is equals to K. It may be noted that 1 Siemens centimeter inverse is equals to 100 Siemens meter inverse. The magnitude of conductivity varies a great deal and depends on the nature of the material. It depends on the temperature and pressure at which the measurements are made. Materials are classified into conductors, insulators, semiconductors, superconductors, depending on the magnitude of their conductivity. So students, what are conductors? You all know that conductors are the substance which have a very large conductivity, like metals, alloys, carbon black, graphite are electronically conducting. Okay, substances like glass, ceramics, etc. having very low conductivity and are known as insulators. Substances like silicon, doped silicon, and gallium arsenide having conductivity between conductors and insulators. So they are called semiconductors. Certain materials called superconductors by definition have zero resistivity or infinite conductivity. Electrical conductance through metals is called metallic or electronic conductance, and it is due to the movement of electrons. Okay, electrical conductance through metals is called metallic or electronic conductance, and it is due to the movement of electrons. The electrical conductance depends on, first, the nature and structure of the metal. Second, the number of valence electrons per atom. Third, temperature. It decreases with increase of temperature. As the electron enter at one end and go out through the other end, the composition of the metallic conductor remains unchanged. Pure water has small amounts of hydrogen and hydroxyl ions. You know that Kw is equals to 10 raised to the power minus 14 molar. All right. So which tend it very low conductivity. When electrolytes are dissolved in water, they furnish their own ions in the solution. Hence, its conductivity also increases obviously. The conductance of electricity by ions present in the solutions is called electrolytic or ionic conductance. The conductivity of electrolytic or we can say ionic solution depends upon the nature of the electrolyte. ऑब्वियसली स्टूडेंट्स, अगर इलेक्ट्रोलाइट डिजॉल्व ही नहीं है, सपोज करिए यूरिया ले लिया, अब वो नॉन इलेक्ट्रोलाइट है, तो क्या वो कंडक्ट कर पाएगा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को? सो बेसिकली द नेचर ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रोलाइट एडेड नेचर पे डिपेंड करता है. साइज ऑफ द आयंस प्रोड्यूस्ड एंड देयर सॉल्वेशन, वो कितना जल्दी डिजॉल्व होता है. लार्जर साइज होगा तो सॉल्वेशन की टेंडेंसी क्या होगी? कम होगी. द नेचर ऑफ द सॉल्वेंट एंड इट्स विस्कोसिटी. व्हाट इज विस्कोसिटी? यू लर्न इन 11th स्टैंडर्ड. बहने की क्षमता होती है. ठीक है. द नेचर ऑफ द सॉल्वेंट एंड इट्स विस्कोसिटी. कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. टेम्परेचर. जितना ज़्यादा आप टेम्परेचर बढ़ाओगे उतनी ज़्यादा मोबिलिटी होगी आयंस की, और जितनी ज़्यादा मोबिलिटी होगी उतनी आपका कंडक्टिविटी बढ़ती है. सो बेसिकली इट इंक्रीजेज विद इंक्रीज ऑफ टेम्परेचर. Passage of direct current through ionic solution over a prolonged period can lead to change in its composition due to electrochemical reactions. Okay, so student, this is basically the half portion of conductance of electrolytic solution. In the next class we are going to discuss the measurement of the conductivity of ionic solutions. Thank you students.